hopefully you all know who I am. My guest speaker today is Neil Collins, who I met back in the late 80s or early 90s, I think. Neil, a quick story. He showed up, was it a Saab that you were driving?
Where?
When you first rolled into Paso Robles?
Oh, Munch's, you're talking Munch stories, the Volvo.
The Volvo, that's right, the Volvo. And he just wanted to work in the wine business and volunteered his time, and now after all of that, how long were you at Chateau de Beaucastel for? More than a year. Yeah.
I was there for the harvest, before the harvest of '97, and then I moved back to Tablas Creek in July of '98, and I was there living on site for 25 years. I moved in town. Now my son and my grandson and his wife live in the house that I used to live in there, where my kid grew up, and he works for Tablas.
So Neil and I met way before we had grandkids.
Yeah.
But anyway, Neil is now the executive winemaker at Tablas. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what they call me, executive winemaker, vineyard manager.
And beyond that, you have.
They've been working so long, Greg. They just start having to find new titles to keep you happy. You know?
I can sympathize. So, but you also have your own little estate, right?
Yeah. My family has a lone madrone, and I don't know if you heard this or not, but we actually literally just purchased for the first time our own piece of land with 8 acres of dry farm, vineyard on there, a tasting room, a kitchen, and so the family actually owns a piece of dirt now with our own vineyards, and that's pretty cool for us. It's been about a month now.
Congratulations. That's a good story. So if there's anyone who could be more qualified to speak to winemaking, I don't know who it would be. Our little program today is set up in 2 segments. It's set up for clarification, which Neil's going to speak to, and then preparation for bottling, which we're going to both speak to. I would say that I read something recently that I'm going to ask Neil first, and then I want to go around the group. But I read an article about, I think it was in one of the wine magazines. It was about a consultant in Napa Valley who consulted very high level Napa properties. And he made the statement that when he's got a batch of wine, not just a winery, but a batch, let's say that the winery's got 50 cuvées or 10 cuvées or whatever, he tastes every batch more than 100 times before he bottles.